Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to give my speech as Salutatorian for the class of 2021. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of the graduates because it was difficult to get to this point. It was filled with many hardships and many obstacles we had to overcome. So, congratulations. Not many people could have survived a global pandemic and college simultaneously. This last year and couple months changed our lives. We used to be going to school daily and working in classrooms. Now we sit in front of screens all day and try to peel ourselves away from the bed. But I can honestly say that I did not picture myself giving a speech in front of a screen. But times have changed, and they indeed need a lot of adaptation. But this adaptation is something that we all have in common. If not, we would not be graduating together. This is our first step. If you really take a step back in the grand scheme of things, we're getting ready to leave the coop. Some earlier than others, but nonetheless. This is an important milestone in our lives, and something that should be cherished. As we are graduating, we finished high school, and are now moving on with our lives, each one in their own unique way. Even though we are different, we are going to be the ones influencing this world. But as we influence it, it influences us. Our world is changing, and we are the ushers of this new change. I remember my first day here at MSA. I wasn't sure what to expect as I fought about 13 cars for a parking space and then walked half a mile to get to the MSA building. The sheer size of this university made me feel small. And now looking back at it, it looks so small compared to back then. We were so different and defined by our old high schools. And now I can't picture myself as anything other than an MSA graduate. That euphoria was even more eventful when I walked in through those doors and saw the amount of other high schoolers ready to take college courses. We were so naive and bright-eyed back then. It's funny how much everybody has grown. I remember how everyone hung out in cliques made up of their old high schools, to the point that Dr. Smetter and the Monteses had to make sure we were socializing. But now we stand here as MSA students, not defined by the constraints of our previous high schools, but coming together as friends, as family. We had our set of obstacles as a family, though. Most of us had to face the classes of the cohort. One of the most memorable was the class with Dr. Diaz. He was the gauntlet of our class. His speech at the beginning of the semester still haunts me. The "if you step out of line or are not university material, I will make it my personal mission to get you kicked out" speech. Yet somehow we all made it through. He really showed us that we weren't in our safe haven that was high school. We were in a university, and we were there without any safety nets, just trying to survive. We had to learn how to be organized, decisive, and make sure that everything was done correctly. Because here at MSA, we weren't given our grades, we earned them. Though the virus separated us physically, it hasn't separated us completely. I would like to thank our staff for keeping us together. They really were the glue that kept us from falling apart. With all their meetings and activities, they prevented us from falling into isolation. They made it their purpose to help us transition into college and gave us the resources to succeed. We had that support in the forms of books, confidence, and even tutors. Even though I made it my personal mission never to go see one, they were always there to help us. So I would personally like to thank Dr. Smetter, Mr. and Mrs. Montes, Ms. Marroquin, and Mrs. Valero. And continuing with all the people that helped me succeed in college, I'd like to thank my family for giving me the tools to get to this point. Because seriously, my family helped me stand up to any adversity and backed me up constantly with my decisions. I give thanks to my mom and grandmother, and my aunts, uncle, and cousins. Finally, I'm grateful for my friends. They were there when I truly needed a break and took care of my mental stability. This entire university experience that I had was a concoction of highs and lows, but I wouldn't trade it for anything else, because it's something that I will keep. MSA has truly made me grow into myself. It has made me stronger as a person, and a person that I can be proud of. I hope you all can say the same. But I do have a question for everyone in the audience. Do you value the choices you made in life? Because something I learned throughout these 18 years of my life is that everything you do eventually catches up to you, especially your regrets. If you would have made any other choice, your life could have been vastly different from what it is now. So there is a weight in everything we do, and we cannot take it lightly. It all starts with that first step and the moment you decide to take action. So I ask you again, do you value the choices you made in life? Because I know I learned to do so and own my actions, all thanks to my first choice 4 years ago to decide to apply to MSA. We are not valued by our grades or our popularity. We will only remember the happiness others gave us, and that is how we are able to find the truth in our own self-importance. I do not know where life will take you, or what you will do, or where you will go, but I do know that if you're ever going to reminisce about your time here at MSA, that you remember what others did to and for you. So I challenge you to pursue your goals, your careers, and never give up despite opposition or the unknown. Take the road less traveled by and find yourself, but to never forget kindness and the consequences of each of your actions. As we step out into the world and reality, I congratulate the class of 2021 one last time. Congratulations.